Another day, another brand new midsize SUV. Both reviewers and customers have had conflicting opinions of the Subaru Ascent, a relatively recent entry into this market. Sadly, the new Subaru vehicles don't feel as sturdy and long-lasting as the ones we are familiar with and love. This SUV has received numerous complaints, ranging from minor software bugs to grave safety flaws. To be precise, the SUV has received 359 owner complaints in its first year of operation. The 2022 Ascent feels much better in this aspect, but it's still a part of the vehicle's first generation. So, there is a high chance that the same problems will appear in this model year. The 2022 Subaru Ascent is in direct competition with segment leaders like the Ford Explorer, Chevrolet Traverse, and Honda Pilot, with base MSRP starting at about $32,295. Let's take a closer look at the 2022 Subaru Ascent issues. It's the Car Problems YouTube channel. Subscribe and let's get started. Engine. The most frequent powertrain complaints against the initial batches of Subaru Ascent include sporadic engine stalls, check engine warning lamps, and thick gray smoke coming out of the tailpipe along with a sudden loss of power. Later, it was discovered that the majority of these problems were due to a malfunctioning low-pressure fuel lift pump in the fuel tank, which was remedied without charge as part of the recall the car manufacturer started in 2018. In relation to these issues, at least 2 engine replacements and 1 reported crash have been documented. Vibrating hood. Owners have been complaining about the hood coming loose and vibrating at higher speeds, though it's not as prevalent as some of the issues mentioned here. If it were to come loose, it might run into the windshield or cover it, impairing visibility and raising the possibility of a collision. According to some, the root of the issue is improper bonding of the factory-made sheet. Transmission. Subaru CVT has historically been their weak point, and the Ascent SUV is no exception. Owners have voiced complaints about the vehicle stuttering and unintended increase in engine RPMs caused by the transmission. The automakers were alerted to this problem, and several batches were subject to independent recalls for defective TCU software in 2021 and improper hydraulic setting in 2019. Service brakes. Another frequent occurrence in the Subaru Ascent's 2019 and 2020 model years is the premature warping of the front brake rotors. The main signs of this problem are said to be squeaking noises and juddering when braking. As stated, the only workable solution to this problem is rotor replacement. There were no reported accidents related to this complaint. Forward collision avoidance system. In some Subaru Ascent SUVs, this collision avoidance system is alleged to malfunction, leading to at least 4 officially recorded collisions. At the dealership level, there were no systemic issues discovered, and the automaker's statements on the matter are also unavailable. Windshield and rear glass. The Subaru Ascent SUV's windshield, specifically those from the 2019 to 2021 model years, are rumored to spontaneously crack. This is one of the most frequent structural issues with the SUV, according to the NHTSA. This problem is still prevalent with this SUV, and it has been hypothesized that it is caused by uneven stresses placed on the glass corners by the pillars. Airbags. The Subaru Ascent's airbags frequently fail to inflate during collisions, according to many owners. Although the dealership was aware of the problematic passenger side airbag sensor and complaints about it, no additional information was made public. Numerous accidents and injuries related to this issue have been reported. Lane departure system. The Ascent's lane departure system is alleged to be overly intrusive and pull the SUV abruptly and silently to one side of the lane. The risk of a crash is, as stated, extremely high, and the driver must constantly pull on the steering to regain control of the vehicle. The automaker didn't offer any official software or statement updates for this. Thankfully, there were no reported crashes in this instance. Recalls. Due to its recent arrival on the market, the Subaru Ascent has experienced a respectable number of recalls since its debut. Even though the 2022 Ascent hasn't had any official recalls recorded against it, this generation has had almost 8 in total. Since the numbers have not been declining, we anticipate more recalls in the future, as has been the case with many of the brand's recent product launches. Should you buy a used Subaru Ascent? The mid-size Subaru Ascent is a 3-seater SUV for families who enjoy some adventure in their cars. The fact that it is a newcomer to the market, however, has led to numerous owner complaints that have hampered the experience of ownership as a whole in the early years. But since then, a lot has changed, and the most recent official NHTSA statistics show that Subaru has been able to significantly reduce the number of complaints. In order to be on the safe side when making a used purchase, we advise waiting until the latest model years are listed at a great price. Simply put, it is not advisable at this time to purchase anything older.